Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we need to deploy immediately. We are basically out of cash, and we have bankruptcy projected, we don't have an engineering project going, so we need to get ourselves some cash. Now, looking at these, are there any of these that are not against Comstar? That's Comstar. That's Comstar. Comstar. This is a pirate lance, but it doesn't pay much. These are all travel contracts down here. So maybe we should go ahead and do this destroy base mission. The danger point here is that we could be up against, what, as many as 2 Comstar Lances plus 4 turrets, so potentially as many as 16 enemies? Well, if we are, we may have to bail on this. But this is a double priority salvage, so that's pretty good. And I think we'll go ahead and bring our stiletto here, like we have in here. This should be absolutely fine, in theory. So yeah, I think we're okay to do this. Let's go ahead and deploy. Yes, we have some unused tonnage, it's not much. And this is going to be interesting, because this is going to be a little bit on the dangerous side, and we kind of need this to go very well, because of our financial situation. So, to some degree it comes down to how many enemies we'll be against, and to some degree it also comes down to just how bad do we roll. And I guess we'll find out on that run. On that one, rather. Okay, so we need to destroy the Comstar communications facility and escape. We require a small but overwhelming military strike to infiltrate Comstar territory and disable the communications facility. As prelude to hostile actions elsewhere in Outreach, it's imperative that the Comstar network goes offline to remove their ability to coordinate a response. Prelude sounds like more work ahead for us, so get this done, Commander. Indeed, this is going to be interesting. Do we have any allies? Maybe. Bases up here, okay. Base defenses, additional patrols, yes. We do expect there to be additional patrols, in all honesty. I feel like maybe we should approach the base from this direction. We can't land over here, so I'm assuming that there are enemies over here. We kind of have to land exactly at our deploy area, it looks like. No, I hate that one. There we go, we'll land there. What is this? Okay, so we see a fire starter, we see a hussar, we see a standard turret chassis, we see another turret here. So they do have turrets. I'm assuming they have one here and here as well.
Trees?
And we know that since the base garrison is here, we know that there's reinforcements over here because we weren't able to drop here. We should make for this cover and try to push in over this way before the reinforcements can join.
How can I help?
However, we should definitely reserve until after this fire starter has moved, which it will move right now. Let's let it move. The hussar will also move. Firestarter moves out of the water, fires on the Vulcan, and misses. How many evasive pips does it have there? It has 2.
What do you need?
This is good. I like this a lot. We'll position in this side arc with our Centurion. This is indirect on all of this up here. We don't know what turret types they have just yet, but we can fire our ultralight rotary rifle in X6 mode here. Hopefully we do some damage and get this guy unstable. I'm also going to fire the chaff countermeasures here because I want to burst this guy down fast. Very mediocre on the hits there. However, he did fire his AMS, so that's good for us. The stiletto, I'm actually going to sprint up to here.
Roger that.
And we do see a hunter over here. And an Oscout. Light turret, light calliope. Doesn't look too scary. We missed all 6 of those SRMs. That is sad. Okay, the Oscout is going to move over and actually out of LOS.
go.
I'm fine with that. I'd like to move slightly more forward here for ideal range on these LRMs, but this will have to do.
Heading out.
Well, let's see how we do. That's a bombast hit. That's actually a big deal.
Target's taking a critical hit.
That is very, very good. We're going to sprint up with our fire starter here into this position.
Piece of cake.
And we're just going to do as much as we can here. I'm not going to fire these flamers because of heat. Their hit odds are low. We're going to pot shot him with the medium laser.
Fire.
Okay, we missed, but that's okay. We don't know what is the store,
Talk to
or
me.
what is in store, rather, with those reinforcements, so we'll have to be careful about that.
Roger
Our
that.
Vulcan will move up here, and we know that they have a number of turrets. So we'll need to eliminate those as quickly as we can, but I really want to eliminate this fire starter before he can start getting us some big heat buildup. That's 55 damage there. I've seen better, for sure.
Waiting for orders.
Our Raven is going to close in up here, like so, and we're
Already
also
there.
going to continue rolling on that fire starter. 4 damage, but we did narc him. Granted, I think we're on ECM pods set, rather than beacons. Okay, that was a total whiff on the stiletto. I like that a lot. The hunter moves out. PPC on that turret, okay. It's a whiff, though. Another whiff. Another total whiff. Great. Their turret's completely whiffed there. Okay, phase 20. The Hussar moves. We'll see what he decides to do here. He closes in and moves up by the hunter. It doesn't have LOS there.
Yep.
Fascinating choice. I'm going to sprint the Centurion into our front line.
Copy that.
And maybe go for the sniper turret here? No. No. We are going to go for the fire starter, and we're going to fire this in, looks like, X3 mode.
Here we go.
Okay, that's a hip destruction.
Nice.
I was hoping
Got
that
past
he
the
would
armor.
be delayed from moving there. He did not get delayed, but we'll see what he decides to do. He moves now. He backs off into the water and entrenches.
Good to go.
Certainly an interesting play there. This is, I believe, his strong side. So instead, perhaps, we should step forward to here. Yes, it is in marsh, I understand this. And fire on the light sniper turret.
Engage.
That's 50 damage to it. We'll take that. And the All-Scout barrages the fire starter. Now, I believe that that is attached to the fire starter, not on the ground. Does it say in this? No, I believe that that's attached to the fire starter,
Got
though.
your back.
The Vulcan is going to move up to, say... Interesting that that's not in LOS. Oh, the fire starter's not on the rock. I assumed from this angle that it was on the rock, but it's behind the rock. Okay, let's position up over here. 50% hit odds on that sniper turret. 43 on that one, but we could stray shot the Off-Scout. And I think we'll take that. Actually, looking at this angling, I think we won't. I think we will go for the... I don't like going for the fire starter here. I really, really don't. Okay, 45 damage to that sniper turret.
Orders.
The Raven is going to sprint in as much as it can here. And yes, I know
Let's
about the
move.
barrage. We'll spread it out. The light sniper turret, we will go ahead and put this in beacon mode. And we will try to narc the sniper turret. We did succeed in narking it. Nothing else hit, really, other than a couple of laser pulses.
Let's do this.
The stiletto is, at this point, going to come in over here into the rear arc of this fire
Order
starter.
received.
I'm going to fire the bolt-on eye rocket 20x2, but I'm not going to fire the other rockets here. Let's see how much damage we get done to this guy.
Here we go.
I've seen better. I have definitely seen better. So the hunter moves up there. There is an urban mech over here. Noted.
Ready for orders.
Our blackjack moves up.
Moving
And
to
let's
position.
see, do we go for that light sniper turret? Yes, we absolutely go for the sniper turret here.
Here it
That should be a kill on that sniper turret. Fantastic.
turret destroyed.
Okay, the Irby is going to move in. This is a danger point here. He fires on the Raven and misses. Now, we don't know what type of autocannon that is. That's an RM-60, and I can never remember. I believe it's an AC-10, and that's what I'm going to be operating under the assumption of. Okay. That's a lot of misses to the stiletto. We will absolutely take that. Phase 22, who moves? We don't know, is the answer. Ah. Well, that's an interesting move for sure. So the fire starter is going to need to stand up here, but the hussar just walked in and charged him. Fascinating.
Receiving you.
So we're going to come up here with the Raven, I think, and I'd love to get a rear arc attack on this fire starter. Maybe we just position up here. Oh, we can't quite get into rear arc. Maybe we come up here to engage the hunter. Just position up here for now as a bit of a scout, and we could fire on, say, the light shredder turret. Sure, we can try to narc it.
Taking the shot.
We failed, but that's okay.
That's a miss.
Okay, phase 19. They're going to move their Scout, and they're definitely going to attack the fire starter, but the fire starter is... Oh, he's actually going to melee the Raven here. And he missed. Huh. So that Scout is pretty vulnerable.
Yeah?
Also in the vulnerable category is this Hussar. We are absolutely going to go for it, and we're going to fire this in X6 mode.
On it. Putting my weight into it.
Okay. There's that melee. And it's dead.
That one's gone.
Fantastic. Apparently that's
Ember,
not a
Ember
member
out.
of the base garrison. Interesting. And this guy knocked himself down with that jump. Bold
Commander.
strategy, to be sure. We're going to move the stiletto up over this way. I'm going to position it here. Its goal is going to be to rear arc attack the Irby and take it out with a full-on alpha. We're not going to attack this round, though.
Talk to me.
So the Vulcan is, I think at this point, going to move up to here. And we're going to go for the kill on this fire starter. I'd love to take him out. And he's dead. Perfect. Yeah, so this is not the base garrison.
What a waste.
Interesting.
Orders.
Our Blackjack is... I would love to get eyes on this Scout with a direct LOS. And we can. I don't think we can get away with firing the Bombast. Yeah, we can't. But what we can do is we can hit this guy with a lot of LRMs. There we go.
Watch my heat. I'm
Phase
taking
14.
damage.
Who moves? The Hunter. Fires on the fire starter. Only does a little damage. That's fine. Yerby moves up. Fires on that fire starter. That does hurt. We're not surprised that he
Internal
does
damage,
this.
Commander.
This is, in fact, the correct move.
Damage.
Okay, now we can get up the
Yes,
fire
Commander.
starter. He is wounded in that leg, and do we have anything of import in that leg?
All right. Back
No.
in the fight.
We do not. Okay, so I'm going to sprint up over this way. And then I'm going to Vigilance. And then I think I'm going to... And the reason I sprinted there was to get evasive pips going. The reason I Vigilanced was to be able to take this barrage damage, hopefully less in that leg. And I think we're just going to pot-shot this Irby. Yes, that is an AC-10. Now, we did miss the Irby, but that's okay.
Failed to connect.
Okay, they are obviously going to go for the fire starter there. This was obvious and 100% the plan. They were always going to go for the fire starter. There's the barrage going off. It only hits the fire starter. It had to hit the fire starter.
Ready for orders.
The fire starter is now going to move up this way, and we want the right leg facing off this direction, and that's exactly what we're going to get. We're going to move up to here.
Got him neck down.
Okay, he panicked and ejected, moving out of the fire. Not really anything we could have done about that. It does save some damage for the
I'm
fire
here.
starter, I suppose. But, I've seen some better moves, for sure.
Copy that.
Okay, so we're going to position the Centurion here, and we're going to light up this Oscout as much as we can. I'd love to see a knockdown here.
I'm taking the shot.
I think that's a knockdown. Yes. Great. That is amazing. Okay, next up is, of course, our Stiletto. Now, I'm going to reserve the Stiletto here.
Waiting for my
Our Raven, I want to come in over here. Oh, we can't quite make it. Okay. Whoa, hang on. No, I want the Raven. I want the Raven to come in up here and go for a rear arc attack on this Hunter. I was hoping for a melee attack. Where are their reinforcement? Like, where is this garrison? Huh. Maybe it's just not properly updating? But I did want to go for a melee attack here.
Copy
But
that.
this will have to be what we go for now. Next round, we'll go for the melee attack on the Hunter.
Orders.
Okay, the Vulcan is pretty out of range. We're going to come in over here. I would rather that they attack the Vulcan than the fire starter, except the fire starter ejected. It's ultimately not the worst thing that he ejected, I suppose. Oh, the Ultra AC5 is jammed. Rip. Well, we got 7 damage in there, I suppose. And now
by.
we can utilize the Blackjack. Now, I'm going to step the Blackjack towards the water.
Got
We
it.
do have some heat issues here. But we're going to go ahead and fire the LRMs on this Oscout. I was hoping for a little bit more than
Scored a
that,
critical hit. My mech is over.
in all
Good to go.
honesty. We're going to reserve here and see what the Irby does. That's completely fine. I don't mind that. Okay, the Hunter moves down there. Sure. Fires on the Vulcan. Misses everything. We accept this. The Irby positioned actually ideally for us. That is really, really good for us. But here's the idea. The Irby has no evasive.
Standing by.
The Stiletto comes in. Rear arc attacks him in the melee. Melee attacks him in the rear arc. Now, this is swamp here. So we could potentially fall down if we miss this kick. But we have a 91% chance on this. Light him up.
Location confirmed.
Come on. 91%. And we miss. That makes me really sad. We did a lot of damage to him, but
I am out.
that Stiletto's going to get really banged up here. I would roll that every time, though. I would roll 91% chance literally every time. But we did miss it, and it's okay. Ultimately, the Stiletto is doing fine for now. We can probably get a second attack fairly early on.
Orders.
The Raven is going to come down here, and can we
Waiting
not
for
melee
orders.
attack the Hunter? I guess we can't. We're just going to
Affirmative.
position down here and go for the Hunter's rear arc again. This is probably a kill. Yes, that is indeed a kill. That's great.
Vehicle trashed.
So all that's left now is this Oscout that turned its rear arc to us. Interesting choice.
Aye, aye.
We're going to move up with the Centurion here. This is slightly obstructed LOS, but that's
Confirmed.
okay. And we're going to... I was hoping for slightly better hit odds than this. We're going to fire on this guy in X3 mode, but I don't expect too much from this. Oh, we got a gyro crit anyway.
Scored a critical hit.
And we did get him unsteady,
Got my
so that's
attention.
good. We're going to move up over here with the Vulcan. Unfortunately, our Ultra AC5 is still jammed.
Affirmative.
Did we destroy this Urban Mech's AC? Yes, we did. Okay, so that Urban
Yes,
Mech is
Commander.
no longer a threat. We do not care. I'm going to sprint up with the Blackjack here.
Confirmed.
I would love to fire on that Scout. And actually, these hit odds are acceptable.
Getting one in the back.
That's a Gyro Destruction, so that's an Scout knockdown again. That's pretty good. And I'm beginning to think that there are no reinforcements, that this
Watch my
is
heat,
the
I'm
garrison
taking
that we're
damage.
fighting. They go for the Blackjack, they hit nothing. Better that than the Stiletto. The Stiletto moves now,
Commander.
and we are going to move up to this weapons carrier here. I would love to sprint, unfortunately we cannot. We can move up here, and I'm going to Vigilance because I feel pretty exposed right now. And we're going to light up this weapons carrier.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Okay. Yep, this was expected that they go for the Stiletto. That was a pretty big hit. Good thing we're Vigilanced. And a level critical. And the Scout gets up again. And where did it position there? Okay, that's fine.
Waiting for orders.
So our Stiletto is now going to come up here, and we have to punch the weapons carrier. I kind of hate it, but we have better than
On
even
the
odds. And we missed.
Engaging.
Okay. I mean, at 54%, fair enough.
No choice. Ready for
So we're going to
orders.
move in with our Raven up here. I would love to get into rear arc of this guy. It's not really, strictly
Warning.
speaking, possible.
Enemy reinforcements detected.
Now enemy Oh, okay. Enemy reinforcements are down here. A Cyclone, a Wasp, a Locust, and a Nephilim. Our Raven is rear arc exposed here. This is dangerous, to be sure. But we're going to light up this Scout as best we can.
Affirmative.
I was definitely not expecting them to be where they are. That's for sure.
Critical hit, Commander. Talk to me.
Okay, so the Vulcan is going to close in up here into the rear arc of the Irby, and we're
Moving
just
out.
going to go for the kill on that. I want him dead.
Triggering an alpha strike.
There we go. One dead Irby.
That's one less hostile on the...
Standing
Okay.
by.
And we're going to walk up here. I would love to position, I guess, something like this. We need to start eliminating these turrets, right? Before the reinforcements get here.
Confirmed.
So we'll do that. I'm very concerned about our Raven right now. Okay, they missed their barrage on the Vulcan. That's good. Weapons carrier firing on the Vulcan. That's completely fine. I don't mind that.
You just made a terrible mistake.
Ready for
The
orders.
Blackjack is going to step up over here. I would love to get into the water. Can we? No, we can't quite. But we can get into the marsh.
Affirmative.
And we do that, and then probably fire on the sniper turret here, or onto the Scout. I think, given these hit odds, that we go for the sniper turret.
Locked on.
We need to eliminate
My heat
these.
sinks can't vent fast enough. I'm taking damage.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That was a little delayed, but sure.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Oof, okay. They hit the Stiletto there. That's not super shocking.
Reporting. Heavy damage.
They missed the Stiletto a couple times there. Okay, sounds good to me. Okay. Now is when the danger starts with these guys over here. That Nephilim is a little bit spooky to me. I see 2 Cyclones as well. The Locust 2C, probably not too bad. Same as the Wasp.
Commander.
That Raven is definitely out of position. There's no doubt about this. Kind of want to sprint the stiletto right now. Like maybe up to here.
Roger
Try to
that.
break LOS a bit. And soften the armor on that Calliope by 60 points. Okay, phase 17. Wasp moves up. Fires on the Raven and misses. Good. The Raven moves now. So we have to
Commander.
reposition this Raven. And it's inauspicious. If we go over here, this is, I think, a worse position. We need to retreat this way.
I copy.
Which means that we have to fire on the sniper turret, which is definitely not ideal. Okay. That's fine.
Reporting negative damage.
Next up is
Orders.
our Vulcan. Our Vulcan can position up here. And it is, I think, going to go for... I would love to get the kill on this weapons carrier. Let's do it. Yes. Okay. Weapons carrier's down. That's the garrison 83% dead, apparently.
Never stood a chance.
And of course, they've still got the Scout over here.
Aye, aye.
So we're going to move up with our Centurion, and the Scout is in LOS here. So we're going to light this guy up as best we can. Looks like X2 mode is what we want. Okay, that's some good damage on that Scout. And he ejects. Perfect. So the garrison is now dead. We now need to focus hard on these turrets while these guys are approaching.
Commander.
The Blackjack will step into the water
On my way.
and is going to go for the kill on the sniper turret. We still can't fire the bombast even in the water.
Locking up.
Okay. That's a lot of double heat sinks destroyed
is
on the
something
sniper
good.
turret, but it's not dead. So we know that there's 5 enemies down here. We also know that they're not particularly interested in coming in, it seems. Okay, the Centurion can take that. That's fine.
Damage minimal.
The Vulcan can take that. That's fine. And that's that barrage going off. We don't care.
Give them everything you've got.
Okay. So these guys are moving around out here.
Let's
That's
do this.
A-okay. We're going to come over here with our stiletto. I am going to sprint to this position. Hopefully out of LOS of the other turrets. And we're going to look for the kill on this standard turret chassis. Hopefully we get the crits. Fingers crossed.
Coming.
Not the crits we were looking for.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Sad.
Talk to me.
The Vulcan will have to step up over here.
Copy that.
And we will go ahead and finish off this turret. I think that we don't need to fire the Ultra AC-5.
Say goodbye.
Oof. That's a lot of crits, but it's not
Take
what
that
we
as a
needed.
lesson.
I should have fired the Ultra AC-5. That was greedy. That was absolutely greedy.
Receiving you.
Okay, our Raven is going to make its way around over here. We're going to
Double
sprint to
time.
this
Let's
position,
go.
and we're going to finish this off with the Raven. We're going to not fire the Narc. There we go. The Raven finishes it. That's fine. So we've got, what, 2 turrets
That
left?
turret is gone.
Yeah, we've got the light turret here and the light Calliope here. Okay. These guys are closing in. That's fine. Yeah, they're going to be moving around for a while out there. They don't actually seem to be too keen on getting to the actual base. They're just kind of running around out here.
I'm here.
Our Centurion is going to close in to the water here.
Roger.
Just checking hit odds. 74%. Okay, so we go for this light turret. I think X2 mode is the way we go. Okay.
Acknowledged.
We did miss both of those. Sad. Good missiles going in, though.
Waiting for orders.
The Blackjack will move up.
Aye,
We're
aye.
out of LOS, so I'm actually just going to sink heat here. Oof, double hit on the stiletto.
Losing armor.
Okay. Some decent hits on the Raven as well, but we're okay for now. Okay.
You've got my
Sounds
attention.
great. The Vulcan is going to close in up here. And we're going to go for whichever turret we have the better hit odds on. 84, and yep, we're going for the light Calliope. Light it up.
Copy that.
Okay, it's getting pretty low on armor.
Yes,
Next up,
Commander.
our Raven is going to come up here. I do want to get into cover, so we'll position here.
On my way. Double time.
And I would like to take on the Shredder turret, looks like. We are going to narc it.
Firing.
And we do succeed in narking it. It's basically out of armor at this time. Wonderful.
Standing by.
Our Centurion is going to walk up to... Here is fine.
Understood.
And we're almost certainly going to be better off attacking that Calliope. Yep. Looks like X2. Okay.
Attacking from position.
That's 2 misses. But we have broken the armor on that Calliope.
Scored a critical hit.
The Wasp is closing in at this point. That's fine. We don't mind this.
Good to go.
The Stiletto is going to sprint up over to here.
On my way. Double time.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, get the crits for this Calliope.
Acknowledge.
Nope. Okay.
Scored a critical hit.
Not the crits we wanted. Locust 2C moves up. Looks like at this point, they're starting to close in on us. That's fine.
Orders.
The Blackjack is going to move up over here,
Knowledge.
and I want to go for this Shredder turret.
Got it.
Shredder turret's dead.
Turret destroyed.
So all that's left now is the light Calliope. Okay. Couple of hits on the Vulcan, we don't mind. That's fine.
My armor's still solid.
Next up is our Raven, and our Raven is going to sprint up here and be the one to finish off the Calliope. I'm not going to bother narking it, so we'll just do... Fantastic. So the turrets are now dead.
Orders.
We're going to start moving our Vulcan over this way. I'm not going to fire with it. Want to let that recoil die down. And the Wasp is moving around on that ridge. Sure.
Commander.
The Stiletto is going to come up over here.
No shooting. Just running.
There we go. Who's their phase 20 mover? Probably the Locust 2C. Yep. Okay. I want the Centurion and the Blackjack to be the front line on this, if we can at all help it. Yeah, they're just moving around out on that
I'm here.
ridge, and they're not really committing to anything here. We're going to move up with the
Roger.
Centurion, drop the recoil,
Good to go.
and we're going to move up with the Blackjack, drop some heat. And we'll see if they give us a target. They don't seem too interested in protecting this facility right now.
Got my attention.
So we're going to move up over this way with the Vulcan. I'm going to get into this
Ready to
cover.
run.
And with the
Aye, aye.
Centurion, again, I would like the Centurion to
Acknowledge.
be leading the charge here.
Orders.
The Raven is going to move up to the cover as well. I'll go ahead and potshot this without the SRM.
Acknowledge. I'm reading heavy damage to an enemy structure. Bring
Yep.
it down.
That's the idea. Okay. So I think the scariest one here is probably this Nephilim. Just because it is a battle armor, and so it can get those head hits with the melee attack from the rear. It's a big risk, for sure. We're going to have to
Standing by.
play that pretty carefully. I'm going to position the Stiletto just up here for now.
Coordinates received.
We're mostly just waiting
Receiving
for our more armored mechs to get up here. I don't want to go in one at a
Full
time,
throttle.
under any circumstances. I'd love it if they gave us some skylined targets on this ridge, but they don't seem interested in that.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so the Raven is actually going to stay put and continue working on this building.
Taking the shot.
There we go.
Shot, Commander. Enemy structure down.
Excellent. One down.
Flatten that one.
We'll see if that gets them to come in. Probably not. Okay, the Locust 2C moves up to there.
Talk
Sure.
to me.
Now, the Vulcan could, in theory, lead the charge. I'm actually going to wait, though.
Aye, best to let her cool down.
We'll go in one more round in the future.
Yes,
Stiletto, same thing. We'll just chill.
taking a protective stance.
Okay.
Standing
Now
by.
the Centurion will position here.
Confirmed.
There we go. They're just running around on that hill.
Yes, Commander.
The Blackjack will close in as much as it can, which isn't tremendously far.
No shooting, just running.
Okay.
I'm here.
Now the Centurion can position right here. We're going to do this. We're also going to Vigilance because I expect them to shoot pretty exclusively at the Centurion right now. And that Cyclone is actually a really juicy target. Light him up.
Okay, I'm on it.
Okay. That's nice. The Stiletto
Waiting
is
for
going
order.
to run over here, I think.
Let's go.
And we're going to pot shot the Cyclone. I don't expect to get too much out of it. 24 damage, we'll take it.
Waiting for orders.
And the Raven is going to continue working on doing some demolitions over here.
Heading out.
We'll fire on this small reinforced building.
Run.
There we go, 2 down.
Brought it down, Commander.
Fantastic. And we'll see how they respond to this, now that we've finally gotten aggressive. Locust 2C just backs off, doesn't fire.
Orders.
Okay, interesting choice. We're going to move up with the Vulcan as well,
Confirmed.
and we're going to fire on that Cyclone. Light him up. Pretty decent armor reduction there. He doesn't move until phase 15. Unfortunately, that is before our Blackjack moves. Okay. Our Vigilance paying off there. Sounds good to me. 2 phase 17 movers, so that'll be this Nephilim as well as the Wasp. Okay, that's irrelevant. The Nephilim is, in my opinion, the threatening one here. But he has to get into melee range to be particularly threatening. Okay. That will chunk through a lot of his battle armor ammo. Not enough, but a lot. Ooh, that's a melee attack charge from the
Just
Wounded
barely
Cyclone.
dinged my armor.
That's in that leg. Anything in there? Yes, we have ammo in there.
Receiving you.
Okay. We're going to move up with the Blackjack and position
Move
here.
order received.
Now, this Cyclone has no evasive right now, and is probably our prime target. Light him up.
Firing at enemy 6.
15 damage. Okay, not ideal, but it'll do.
Ready for orders.
So our Raven is going to remain on demolition duty. It's not going to kill this turn, I don't think. But next turn it should be able to. Okay. So they're probably going to go for the Vulcan here, is absolutely who they should go for. He didn't fire. Phase 21, the Nephilim. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. That could have been a lot worse. We still get a knockdown on the Vulcan, I think.
Armor
Yep.
blow through.
This is still a
Internal
problem.
damage.
The Vulcan is in substantial danger here because of their charge. However, their Cyclone is also in substantial danger. The Wasp moves up, fires on the Vulcan. That's not really that bad. Most of these
My
guys have
armor's
already
still
moved,
solid.
haven't they? Phase 18. Yeah, only the Cyclone hasn't moved.
Receiving you.
Okay. We could charge this. I'd rather not, though. I don't particularly like charging in RogueTech. What we could do is we could sprint over to here
Let's move.
and go for this Nephilim if we at all can. I mean, 11.3 is not great. I guess we'll go for the Wasp. 24 damage will do. So
Standing
the
by.
Centurion is obviously going to come in here and eliminate their Cyclone. That's obviously the choice.
On my
Light him
way.
up. Good hit. Unfortunately, it's not dead. It does get knocked down. Oh, the pilot ejects. Okay. So now they're going to come in and attack the Vulcan. This was expected. They did not get past the armor. That's great. So the Cyclone moves up. Sure, that's completely okay. We're going to sprint over here with the Blackjack. I want to get as far in as we can. And in terms of hit odds, our hit odds are probably going to be pretty bad across the board. Yeah, we'll go for the Wasp, but I'm not super happy about it. That Nephilim needs to be our next priority. Okay.
You've got my
So the Vulcan
attention.
stands up. And we need to make sure that our left leg is the one that's protected. So let's see here. If we're facing this way, that would be a protection for our left leg. So I'm going to face here.
Aye, aye.
I'm a little concerned about the Nephilim coming in and melee attacking us, for sure. I'm going to Vigilance. And our hit odds on this thing are just abysmal. Absolutely awful. But we'll do what we can. A little bit of damage there. Okay. When does the Nephilim move? It moves around 18.
Let's do this.
Hit odds are just bad. Okay. I would like to come into the rear arc of the Wasp here, or perhaps the Cyclone. We can't get into the rear arc of the Cyclone, so I think we'll go for the Wasp. And we'd have to punch it. That's not ideal at all. We'll reserve the Stiletto.
Waiting for the shot.
The Raven is going to finish off this medium military building. Okay. Now the question is, where's the evac zone? And do we need to go for it, or should we go for the
One left
Nephilim?
structure.
That Nephilim is spooky. There's no doubt about it. Locust 2C moves up. Interesting loadout. We were vigilanced, though, so that's okay.
Talk to me.
Now, the Vulcan could come up here and go for the Nephilim directly. Or we could come around here and, like, go for the Locust 2C, sprint out over this way to get some distance from the Nephilim,
Aye, I'm moving in.
and then vigilance. The left leg is facing out this way, and the Locust 2C we have reasonable hit odds on, so we'll go for it.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, that's a structure exposure, and the Locust 2C is now
Punch right
unsteady.
through his armor.
So that's good.
Aye, aye.
So we're going to close in with the Centurion here. Like this.
Position confirmed.
Try to get the attention of the Nephilim by not vigilancing. And we're going to go for the Locust 2C here on its weak side. Is that a knockdown? Not quite, I think.
LRMs are out.
Yeah, that's not quite a knockdown. Okay, now the Nephilim moves. Danger. Oh. Interesting. So, is he out of... Oh, he just chose not to fire them. 5 evasive pips.
Commander.
What's our hit odds like? 18.3. With the Cyclone not having moved yet, I don't want to move the Stiletto. Wasp is moving up and attacking the Vulcan in the front arc with a charge. He did hit. Unfortunate. Okay.
Ready for orders.
So our Blackjack is going to move up over this way. This is an unobscured LOS. And we'll go ahead and fire on this Cyclone.
Firing all weapons. Goddamn.
That was solid
Let's do
damage on the
this.
Cyclone. Good.
Critical hit, Commander.
But we gotta deal with that Nephilim. Okay. The Cyclone moves over to there. Sure.
Yes, Commander.
We should probably go for the rear arc attack on the Cyclone at this time. But we would have to punch it. Would love to go for the rear arc attack on the Nephilim. I would absolutely love to. Would be really, really ideal. Or we could go for the Locust 2C here and get a knockdown on him. That's, I guess, what we're going to do. There we go. Leg destruction.
Solid connection on that one.
And that'll be a knockdown. Okay. Phase 21. The Nephilim moves immediately. This is substantial danger for the Vulcan. Oh, right in the head. Ah. That's what those things do. It's really obnoxious. You can't hit them, and they just melee you in the head every time. Lethal damage every time. Okay, we're going to come over here, and we're going to try to narc this guy.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
We did succeed in narking him, I think. Maybe. But yeah,
I'm here.
that's the danger with those Nephilim. It's really rough, for sure. We're going to go ahead and position over here. Maybe over here. Actually, I'm thinking about backing off over this way
Acknowledged.
and going for the Cyclone. We only have follow the leader missiles left, so hopefully we hit.
Copy that.
Looks like we did. I mean, when you hit follow the leader is really good. That's a knockdown on that Cyclone. But there's just no way that we can stop that Nephilim from doing that. It hits the head every time. I've never seen a Nephilim not hit the head in a melee attack. So that is the substantial danger there. We're going to go ahead and move up over here with the stiletto. We want to give that Nephilim a wide berth. Okay. Some damage to the Cyclone. We're
Orders.
going to move up with the Blackjack here, and I think we're actually going to rear arc attack the Wasp here. Or maybe we leave the
Waiting
Wasp
for orders.
and we position over here and go for
Heading
the big hit on the Cyclone. Something like this.
Aye, aye.
Okay, that worked.
Enemy down.
So the Cyclone is dead. The Locust gets up. Misses everything on the Blackjack. Good. And then
Commander?
the question becomes, how exactly are we going to deal with this Nephilim? Can it make it down this? I think it can. Which means that if we do this, we're probably sacrificing the Raven. Unless we find a position back here. I'm going to reserve it. I want to let the Nephilim move first.
Standing by.
As far as the Centurion goes, it's going to, of course, walk back and go for the kill on the Wasp. Something like this. I'm not going to fire the LRM.
Understood.
Okay, that's a leg destruction.
Got past the armor.
It's a knockdown on the Wasp. Okay. And now that Nephilim moves. Okay.
Damage minimal.
Could have been far worse.
Yes, Commander.
So now the Raven is going to position... What was that spot? Here? Here. But man, 5 evasive pips for moving from here to here. That's the insane thing about these guys.
I copy.
Well, we'll see if we can get anything. Literally nothing. I'm not shocked.
No joy.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so the stiletto is going to make its way over here, I think. Maybe to, like, here?
Roger that. No shooting.
And we're going to see about lighting up this Locust.
On it.
That's some internal damage there. We'll take it.
Commander.
Our Blackjack's going to walk in on this Wasp, and we're not going to fire the LRM, just the Bombast, and we are going to kick him.
Moving to position.
Okay. And that's an ejection. Good. And a pilot incapacitation at the same time.
That's a kill.
Nice. Locust moves up. Fires on that Raven with everything it's got. That's not a shock. The Raven is in
Light
substantial
damage.
danger
Holding
here
firm.
because of this Nephilim, which moves in phase 23, apparently.
Standing
Oh, the
by.
Raven moves in phase 24. That's good. We need to just disengage for now. We're going to move over to here, grab ourselves 3 evasive pips. We'll see what the Nephilim does. Okay. So the question is, how can we engage this thing?
That shot got past my armor.
Like, what can we do to it? It has constant evasive pips. It can
Receiving.
outgun us in melee and in range combat. We're just plain outclassed by it, period. End of story. I'm going to reserve here.
Holding for tactical advantage.
We're going
Aye,
to
aye.
close in with our Centurion. And we're just... I need to think about how we're going to do this. I mean, maybe we go for the kill on the Locust.
Aye, aye.
This isn't probably going to kill it, but... Yeah, we hit it with nothing there. 28%. I would have expected at
Negative
least a hit or two.
damage.
Kind of bad rolls on
Standing
that.
by.
We're going to reserve the Stiletto for now.
Standing
And
by.
we're going to move in with the Blackjack. Yeah, our hit odds are just hot garbage. This is our last round of ammo for our LRMs.
No.
Okay. We got a clan double heat
Some
sink
heavy
there.
damage. I'm out of long-range missiles.
And I guess our Stiletto has to come in over here and go for a melee. We're probably sacrificing it to the Nephilim.
Acknowledged. Moving my
But we
way.
did hit the melee. Okay. We'll see what the Locust does here. Fires on the Stiletto, but misses literally everything. Okay. This is a risk. What I'm hoping for right now, what I'm really
Understood.
gunning for
Moving
here,
fast.
is for the Nephilim to miss its melee attack on the Stiletto. I've never seen it happen.
Standing by.
Ever. We could charge this guy with our Centurion. 40% hit odds on that. From, like, this direction. I think I'm going to reserve and let the Nephilim do what it's going to do. We may lose the Stiletto here. It's actually going for the Centurion. Okay. And it did hit. Ow. That's going to be a knockdown.
That was a nasty hit.
Actually, that wasn't quite a knockdown. He has 6 evasive pips. I don't think we have a choice. I think we have to get in here and just try to get him unsteady.
Location confirmed.
We only have a 20% chance.
my
We
way
actually
to
hit it,
do it.
though. That's huge. That is huge. He is dead now. The Nephilim is now dead because we got good luck there. Fantastic. Okay.
Good
The
to
Stiletto
go.
is going to come in over here, and we are going to go for a rear arc melee attack on their Locust Tusi.
Got it.
Fantastic.
Six. Good.
And that's a kill. Good.
Tango. Down.
Okay. At this point,
Aye, aye.
our Centurion is going to Vigilance. And then we're going to go for a side arc melee attack. I want to hit his right side, so over here. And we want to take out this leg, ideally. But we'll do what we can.
On my way.
That is a leg destruction. Perfect. And yeah, we didn't hit any of those LRMs, but that's expected. That knocks him down, and that means he doesn't move until phase 1 next round. So now this is under control. All because we got
I'm here.
really good luck. We're going to melee attack this guy again. We're going to melee attack this guy again. I'm not sure what's happening here. Why can't we choose our melee attack? I'm going to reserve. And we'll attack with something else first.
Ready for orders.
The Raven is going to come in here, and we're going to kick this guy. It kind of doesn't matter what position we kick from. There we go. So now we have this Nephilim taken care of, but it was only because we got lucky. This Nephilim is a very powerful unit. For sure.
I'm out of short-range missiles.
Okay, our Stiletto's going to come in over here and also join in the kicking party.
Moving out. On for
There we go.
physical attack.
Like, look at how much armor it has, too. Like, it's insane. We really want to take out that leg, though.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so let's go for the melee here. Now we can use the kick. Perfect. Okay. Minus 13 initiative, yeah.
Scored a critical hit.
Yeah, we didn't hit any of those LRMs. I'm not shocked by that. We're in minimum range here.
Good to go.
And we're just going to keep meleeing this guy. I would love to melee him, actually, from over here. Just because I want to kill that leg, if we can. Yes! Okay, both legs destroyed. Oh!
Target
That guy is tough.
eliminated.
Ultimately, we rolled a Hail
Hostile
Mary
removed.
and won. That's what happened there.
Mission successful.
That could have been way worse. That could have been so much worse. All we did was succeed at a 21% roll, and from there was nothing that it could do. Fantastic. Now, as far as the damage to the Firestarter goes, because he ejected, it's really not that bad. A Mech Warrior, on the other hand, was killed in action. We're not surprised by this, and we'll have to replace that leg. That's not the biggest of deals. But ultimately, it was all just that single unit. This Nephilim here. And he's only 10 tons, too. It's insane. Word of Blake, you made an insane battle armor there. Absolutely. Absolutely bonkers. And I'm actually going to take all 3 pieces here. If we run into another one, I want to be able to have one of those, because it's just absolutely insane. So, we should probably grab something along the lines of... Ooh, that. Anything else? What else do we want here? There's clan sensors, that's nice. Not actually a whole lot here that I want, in reality. Light Gauss isn't awful, I suppose. Oh, that's BA light Gauss. Unfortunate. Medium lasers? ER laser? Yeah, we'll take the ER medium, I guess. There's not that much grade in there, but I absolutely want those Nephilim parts. The AP Gauss rifle we'll get rid of. The LRM-10 we will keep. The Tag Barrage, we'll keep that one. Engine Core 80 we'll keep. The Engine Core 175 we'll actually keep as well. Guardian ECM, actually we have 2 of them, we'll get rid of that. Small jump jets, no thank you. Standard fusion engine, we'll put that towards offsetting our costs. Generic structure, same thing, and AMS ammo we'll keep. That was a tough one, and it was all because of that Nephilim. We got so lucky there. So lucky. A, that it managed to not hit the head on the Centurion for once. B, that it didn't knock down the Centurion. And C, that we hit our Hail Mary kick with the Blackjack. That was all it came down to. I mean, after that, I was going to move in with the Stiletto and do another Hail Mary, and then do another Hail Mary with the Centurion, and so on and so forth. But that was the only plan, was continue rolling those kicks until we could get it unsteady. That was literally it. Yes, a Mech Warrior died. There's nothing we can do about that. And yes, go ahead and get started on that. I don't think that we'll need to... we are going to need to work on the Vulcan. But let's go ahead and have the Vulcan be the top priority along with the Firestarter. And then we'll deal with those next episode. And we should probably hire in someone new as well to replace a Mech Warrior. And in this case, we are going to go with, I think... I think we're going to go with Buzz here as the cheapest recruit. Actually, technically, Ringo is cheaper too. This is a point of piloting versus a point of guts. I don't think it really matters. I think either one is fine. So we'll go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll get these repairs done and head out again. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time.